So a strong concordance and strong concordance by the reference scripture is Esther chapter 1. And now it came to pass in the days of Xerxes that in those days when the king of Xerxes sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shishun the palace, and the third year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, and nobles and princes of the provinces, being before him. When he slew the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty many days, even 180 days. Excuse me. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shishun the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days in the king of the garden of the king's palace, where were white, green, and blue hangings, fastings with cords of fine linen, and purple of silver rings, and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver unto the pavement, of red and blue and white and black and marble. And they gave them drink in vegetables and vessels. I don't know why I said vegetables. Drink in vessels of gold, and royal wine in abundance according to the state of the king. And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel, for so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house, that they should do according to every man's pleasure. Also Vashti the queen made a feast for the women in the royal house which belonged to King Xerxes. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, that means he's drunk, he commanded Mahuman, Absti, Harbona, Bigatha, and Abagatha, Zintar, and Carsus, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Xerxes the king, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal, to slew the people and the princes, her beauty, for she was fair to look at. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him. Then the king said to the wise men which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that he law and judgment. The next unto him was Karshina, Sheba, Ahiman, Tarshish, Maries, Marcina, and the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which said the first in the kingdom, what shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law, because she hath not performed the commandments of the king of Syria by the chamberlains? And Makina answered before the king, and the princess Vashti the queen have not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in the provinces of the king of Xerxes. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands. I almost said hummus. Anyway, husbands in their eyes, when it shall be reported. The king of Xerxes commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day to all the kings, princes which have heard of the deed of the queen shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the law of the Persians and Media that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Xerxes, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. And when the king decree which he shall make, and when the king's decree which he shall make shall be published throughout all the empire, for it is great, all the women, the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small. And the same pleased the king and the princesses. The prince and the king did according to the law of Mukan, the Memucan person. Pretty sure it's that. For he sent letters into all the king's providences, into every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people. Amen.